Gross. Robot sex. Welcome to Ranger Reviews, a web series we look at episodes of the TV show Power Rangers and then discuss them. Today we're exploring the third episode of the show Power Rangers Zeo, as well as the 158th episode overall, titled The Shooting Star. We begin this episode in the sky where random people are flying around in jets, and then they come under fire from quadrifighters. This is really weird. Well, it's back to high school. There, Kat meets up with Tanya and Tommy in the new study hall, and Tanya explains that she just wants to fit in because she still feels like the new girl in town. She's really like the new girl on the continent, but okay. Then some dude comes over named Sean and he says hi to Tanya, and she introduces him to Kat and Tommy. He goes to a table to wait on Tanya to help him with algebra homework, and Kat and Tommy kind of poke fun at her for fitting in pretty well, since he's the captain of the baseball team. Billy's repairing some stuff in the power chamber because apparently he doesn't go to school anymore. Also, apparently he's helping create the Zeozords, and Zordon explains that they're being hidden in the mountains outside of Angel Grove so that they're harder to track. In space, Sprocket asks Mondo if the quadrifighters have found the secret location of the Zords yet, and yeah. Way to go, Zordon. You suck. Mondo plans to send down a fleet of Cogs to dismantle the things before they can finish the Zords. In Skull's garage, Goldar and Rito get told by Bulk that they're not cleaning well enough, and Rito is eager to do better so they can stay with them, and of course, he keeps messing things up. Whatever, Bulk wants to take the motorcycle out for a spin with Skull. Bulk then says that when Stone sees him with this thing, he'll be begging to give them the tough assignments. Then Skull activates the rocket boosters, and of course it shorts the thing out. They come to a stop to find a platoon of Cogs, and they of course scream. They want to use the radio to get help. In the power chamber, they pick up on the distress signal from Bulk and Skull, and Billy says how the Cogs are only 5 miles away from the hidden location of the Zeozords. They'll call the Rangers to get over there ASAP. Tanya finally sits down with Sean, and she prepares to tutor him, and he says that he has a way to ace this test without even opening a book. He has the answers to the test, and Tanya is clearly pissed about this. The Cogs decide to leave Bulk and Skull alone because their objective is to get the Zeozords, and they walk away. Anyways, Tanya explains that this is cheating to Sean, which duh. Sean is also mad that Tanya doesn't understand that he has to do what he has to do. He leaves, and then Tanya's communicator goes off, and Zordon informs her of the Cogs. She's going to go meet up with the other Rangers. She then says, "It's morphin' time," in a way that was clearly directed to say horribly. The Rangers fight off the Cogs, and Adam randomly uses a Zeo Power Punch technique, stopping a few Cogs. Then Tommy does a Zeo5 power kick again, so I guess that's actually a reoccurring thing. The Cogs retreat. Mondo says that he has a plan B with their new monster, Staroid, and Machina starts to flirt with Mondo, and he says, "Not in front of the boy, my dear." Meanwhile, at the batting cages, Tanya is screaming at Sean about cheating, and she's trying to convince him to pass the test the right way, and Sean pretty much tells her that if she can't support him, maybe they shouldn't see each other. Wait, were they seeing each other? Damn, Tanya moves fast. She says, "Sorry you feel that way," and she leaves. Good for her, Tanya's kind of the best. Clink says that Staroid is ready, and Mondo plans to send down the monster and a squadron of quadrifighters to take on the Rangers. At the youth center, Adam and Tommy are sparring when Tanya comes up to them. Rocky and Kat show up too, and she explains that she has a problem, and she kinda needs their help with it. Then their communicators go off just as we're about to get through this issue, and Zordon requests that the Rangers come to the power chamber right away. They arrive, seeing on the viewing globe that the quadrifighters are coming, and he says that they have to use the Zeozords. And Billy says, "No, because they haven't been tested yet." Oh, Billy. Have you ever tested a damn thing? Zordon then talks about the Zeozords. Kat and Tanya then have the arsenal of the Zeozords, Zeozord 1 and Zeozord 2. Creative name, Zordon. Rocky and Adam have the driving forces of the Zeozords, the Zeozord 3, which is a Sphinx, and the Zeozord 4, which is a Taurus. Then Tommy has Zeozord 5, a Phoenix. Yeah, they're weird. Zordon then says that they're just machines though, so they need to bring their human qualities to them. Way to shit on all of Billy's hard work, Zordon. Staroid is attacking, the alarms are going off, so you guessed it, it's morphin' time! The Rangers slowly descend into their Zords and seats, getting things ready to go as they leave through snow. How high up is that mountain? Whatever, the Rangers talk for way too long about how awesome their new toys are before they start getting shot at by quadrifighters. Adam just rushes through them pretty easily while Rocky eats one. Tanya and Kat fire at Staroid, and stupid-ass Tommy gets caught in a power line. Dude, you had a Falcon Zord. Then Staroid starts firing at the Zords and they can't do much, and he's turning into a giant silver ball, rolling around while Tommy is just hanging out in some power lines like an idiot. Then the ball floats and it gets super hot for some reason, turning into a fireball. Then Zordon tells them to form the Zeo Megazord, and everyone puts their Zeonizer crystals into the right spot in front of them, and somehow doing this knocks Staroid back to his normal self. Then, slowly but surely, they form the Zeo Megazord, coming together in a closet of a cockpit. Like, wow, that sucks. The Zeo Megazord fights against Staroid for like a second before they bring out the Zeo Megazord Saber, cutting Staroid and killing him immediately. But then, the silver ball comes out, starting to reform the monster, but before he can, they just slice again, killing it. Okay. Mondo and Machina are pissed that they lost again, and Mondo vows to not rest until he wins, because of course. John then bugs Tanya in the study hall, and he tells her that he turned the test answers in to Mr. Kaplan, and he wants her to know that he'd love her respect back. He then says if she's not too busy, he'd love help studying, and Tanya agrees in the most sassy way. God, I love Tanya. The end. Over the credits, we get a cutscene of Bulk and Skull having their motorcycle taken away while Stone reprimands them. Okay, this episode's a bit weird because I honestly don't know how it's supposed to be. It feels like they were trying to do a Tanya-focused episode, but then they gave up halfway through, then remembered at the end. All I can say is that Tanya is the best, and it's all thanks to her actress, Nakia Burrise. Seriously, this character would not be so well portrayed if it was not for her. The subtle eye movements, the smirks, just the overall nuance of her performance is beyond what Power Rangers has been delivering. I think about a team where her and Amy Jo Johnson were working together, and my mind, like, explodes. Other than that, the Zeo Megazord is like, fine, I guess. It's really nothing to write home about. It's more interesting to see how they fit 5 people in such a damn tiny space. Also, it's pretty clear that there was a lot more happening in the Japanese footage there with that monster fight, but whatever, it is what it is. So, will next time wow or disappoint? Until then, may the power protect you.